Shake, 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 Sinora, shake it all the time.
When you add a shake of Frank's Red Hot, you open a world of better. A world where wings bring out the flavor of game day any day, and where buffalo chicken dip takes any party up a notch. It's the perfect blend of flavor and heat. Frank's Red Hot. I put that on everything.
Well. Good evening, and welcome to the Night Owl. It's good to have you. If you're a newcomer, welcome. If you're a frequent visitor, well, make yourself at home. Content may contain adult language and scenarios that may not always be suitable for all audience members, so listener's discretion is advised. If you like what you're listening to on this podcast and you want to help the podcast, head on over to iTunes where you can subscribe, comment, rate, and review. It goes a long way, and it's a big help to get this podcast on a broader map. If you want to support the podcast, head on over to patreon.com/thebirdbrainpodcast where you can become a patron. Perks in store for you. And if you want to get some of your own podcast merch, head on over to the Bird Brain store. You can find all these links in the bio. Now that we got that out of the way, one way or another, we're reminded of our past. And it always comes back to haunt us. Good, bad, or indifferent. So, with that being said, you might want to lock your doors, check your windows, get comfortable, because you won't be sleeping tonight. I give you the reunion. The world has made me a hermit. The idea of standing in line at a grocery store now seems ridiculous. Meanwhile, you stand in line anyways to check out. We have a funny logic, don't we? Well, I had no choice. At this point, I've been surviving off of peanut butter cups and raw broccoli. It's protein and it's veggie, so I'm balanced if I do say so myself. You know, self-care. My local grocery store used to be my favorite spot because there wasn't much action there. You could go in, come out, and within 10 minutes, no fuss, no drama. You just get in and out. I just thought about it. I know growing up, my mom used to always say she was going in the store to get one thing, and 20 bags later. But I get it now. As an adult, your mind is racing about all the things you need to get, replenish, or, just cookies because stress spelled backwards is desserts. So I get all of it now. I never favored small talk, which is part of the reason I like this local grocery store. I mean, you see the usual suspects and we greet one another and they were like my little distant family. But on my terms. It just has like a different small town vibe for me, and I love that. I didn't grow up here, and it feels like home for me. It was about 3 p.m. when I got to the store, and the line wrapped around a block. I've never seen this. I was pissed because it's like, what the fuck? How do these people know about my spot? One of these fuckers on his line snitched. Hey, you could forget about going anywhere else. This is the shortest line you'll find. Wait, really? Yeah, I have the wife and kids at another store just in case. That was Mr. Riggs. He was one of my favorite people I see from time to time. Sweet dude and sweet family. Well, I guess I better fall in line. See you later. Good luck, he wished me. checked my watch and it had been about an hour, and I'd only moved, I'd say, about 3 feet. I was starting to get delirious and my vision was getting blurry. Remember the peanut butter cups and broccoli? Well, I haven't eaten, so I was spiraling. Donnie? Hey, Donnie. Donnie? No one calls me that anymore, especially out here. Fuck. When I turned around, I didn't see anyone I recognized. Donnie. It was this dude. He was waving at me, but I've never seen him before. I knew that was you. The fuck? I'm sorry, man. Do we know each other? It's Carl. Carl. The only Carl I know is Cedar High. He finished my sentence. How's it been? Wow, Carl. You look good, man. You as well. I know I run into you one of these days. Huh. Is that right? What are you doing way out here? I moved after high school. You? I bounced around. And going where the wind takes me. I did have a chance to see Mikey. Crazy what happened to him, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Suddenly, I wasn't hungry anymore. And the line was starting to pick up. Well, I better get in there. You better. I'm sure I'll run into you soon. Now, I'm not sure if he could see the color leave my face, but I wanted to get in and get out and get home. Carl. I thought I'd never see him again. I hoped I'd never see him again. Hey man, you alright? Looking a little rough today. Cashier Kenny. We usually had a chance to shoot the breeze about comics and everything, but I wanted to get home ASAP. Yeah, I'm all good, man. Take care. When I got outside, the line had moved and I didn't see Carl. Maybe he came in the store after me. I can't be sure. You know, your past has a funny way of coming back to haunt you. This was a part of my past I didn't want to revisit. Alright, you see, the thing about Carl? Well, the thing about my connection to Carl, we didn't make it easy for him. I was a bit of a bully back then, and he was target practice for me constantly. You see, Carl, he was really smart, really athletic, but hella sensitive. I don't know why boys are such dicks about that stuff, but I was definitely a product of my old man. Sometimes we'd invite Carl out with the team, but tell him the wrong place, so when he showed up, no one was there. I mean, we take his shoes in the locker room. Possibilities were endless. I'll be honest, kids are creative at being assholes, like, really creative. And the worst was... Fuck, I can't believe I'm saying this. Carl didn't drink, but one night we had a team party. We invited some people over, and the team and I decided we'd loosen him up a bit. We almost got him killed that night. Fuck, man. I had my girl pretend to be him on some dating app. Set up a meeting spot and everything. We told him to meet there instead of where we actually were. They showed us pictures of how bad he got beat. It was just our luck that night that whoever whoever the hell my girlfriend was talking to, as Carl was also catfishing the same. When the cops found him, it'd been a while. And it was winter season too, so it was pretty cold. Man, I felt like shit. We all had to fess up and face him, and I mean look him dead in the eye, and tell him what we did. His parents, they were heartbroken because he'd always tell them that, we were his friends. I wouldn't want a fucking friend like me ever. I guess karma got Mikey, huh? I wonder if Carl even remembers. I mean, he acted like nothing, but fuck, I don't know. The fuck was that? I checked my doorbell, but no history. I thought I saw something quickly past the camera, so I slowed it down. Nothing passed. But there was someone standing off to the side, staring in the direction of my door. Ah, man. My sleep was not peaceful. Honestly, old memories make me feel like I don't deserve that kind of rest, but fuck. His face from that night just flashes in my head. It's safe to say that, most of the guys from the team, we didn't talk much after that. We went our ways, except for me, and my boy Jay, and Mikey. The next day I called Jay, but nothing on his end. I told him I saw something on my doorbell, but he just chalked it up to me being paranoid. He could be right, but just how does someone end up in the same line as you from almost 20 years ago and states away? The days that follow, I was beyond paranoid, and everywhere I went, I was looking over my shoulder. Regrets, that's an understatement, but that's how life works sometimes. I hadn't thought about Carl or any of that shit until that very moment. Donnie! Oh, shit! Sorry, did I scare you? It was Mr. Riggs. I heard that guy call you that day. Old friend of yours? We went to school together. Seemed like a decent guy. Kind of like yourself. Yeah, I guess so. You take care of yourself. I got in the store and I headed home. It was later that night and I got a bunch of missed calls from Jay. Fuck, man, pick up. Donnie. Jay can't come to the phone right now. But no worries, I'll see you soon. There you have it. Stay tuned for another episode to keep you up at night. And you can stay up to date with the podcast on Twitter and on Instagram at the Bird Brain Podcast. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Sleep tight.